people be hating. That's what I'm saying. Like when they hate, you gotta keep yourself like, you know, to like a good point. Like you gotta keep yourself too.
I try.
What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 2. We got a lot of good feedback from episode 1. Constructive criticism. People, you know, let us know how they felt or whatever. I'm gonna give a special shout out to a couple friends of ours who shared the video and gave us some feedback. We got Johnny Rios, my friend Kamal, and my homeboy Darcy. Keep it up. Thank y'all very much. But of course, y'all know with the positive feedback and the constructive feedback, we had to get some negativity, because obviously if you're doing something right, it's a lot of negative people who gonna try to block or gonna hate or don't want to share or, you know, say you're doing too much or whatever. But that's kind of what our video is about to talk about today, you know, how to exude confidence and the negativity. So we want y'all to chime in, let us know how y'all deal with negative people. How do y'all deal with negative people?
Like, I don't know, for me, I feel like it's going to be negative people that come throughout your daily life on a day-to-day basis. So for me, it's like, nobody pays my bills. Like, I do everything for me. So if you're coming with negative input, like, I don't need it. Like, it doesn't matter. Unless you're going to pay one of these bills. Like, I can hand you over one of them.
One or two.
And you can handle that.
The more you talk, the more you can spend. Yes.
Yeah, me, I feel like I just wash it off. You know, as you grow as an individual, you know, you see a lot of negative stuff. People get at you negative ways. You just let it wash off you. You just let it go.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like for me, I'll definitely kill you with kindness. Like, I mean, I feel like what we're doing here is definitely a positive thing, and we want to be real and we want to be raw and we want to express things and break barriers and stuff like that. And we knew from the beginning that we were going to have people who disliked it, but we're definitely here for a reason and we're here for a cause, and that's what we're trying to express. So I feel like we'll definitely deal with that in a positive way. So
why do you guys feel like, why are people negative? Like, why, what?
Well, there's always going to be people who are negative, because anyone who sees someone else doing something that they're not doing, either they're going to feel this way about it or they're going to feel that way about it. Most people who are secure with themselves, they're going to feel a good way about it. They're going to be like, hey, those people are doing something different, something new. Like, let's support. Somebody who doesn't break barriers, they're going to be like, oh, they're doing too much. They need to stop. But we really don't care. Like, we all take care of ourselves and we don't care. Like, we have what we have to say. So people are just going to be negative if they want. So they have that right to be negative, and I'll pray for you.
right?
I'll pray for you.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only way. That's like the best way to look at it. Like, if somebody's showing you any type of negative feelings, you just gotta wash it off. Like, that's the best advice you can get. I know it's hard to do sometimes. Like, you gotta build up that tough exterior, and that's
let it go.
For me personally, I feel like with the negativity, I really don't understand it. I know it happens, but I feel like if it's something I'm doing that you're not, you want to, like, come along, hop on board, like, we can do this together. We can make this happen together. There's no reason to throw shade. There's no reason to hate. Like, I'm going to help you get to where you want to go.
Yeah,
you know, so
something positive.
Exactly, like, you know,
you
something.
can be a part of this in a positive way. Like, help me out. I can help you out. If something I'm doing that you like, you can contribute to it. We could both come up together. Why do you have to bring somebody else down?
Yeah.
Just because it's something you didn't think of doing or something you want to do and you don't have the confidence to do it.
And at the end of the day, I'd rather you give me negative attention than no attention. I mean, if you're going to hate, obviously I'm doing something right because you're giving me your attention. There's 24 hours in a day, and if you spending an hour out of me, on me, that's valuable time. Like,
yeah, definitely. I feel like as a group, I mean, we already knew what we were getting into and we already knew that it was coming, but I mean, we do appreciate all the positive feedback. We appreciate all the constructive criticism. I mean, we may not be able to point each and every individual out, but we do appreciate it. And I feel like us as individuals, like, we're 4 young individuals and we're just living life, and that's what we want to express to people, is that we live here, we live in the real world just like you guys do, and we face problems just like you guys do. The only difference is that we feel like we have a voice, and if we can reach one of you guys, then we did our job, and that's perfectly fine with me. I don't know.
And we did get a lot.
We
did get a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah.
Not to down on the negative, but we did get a lot of positive feedback. We want more of it. We like it, you know.
And even with the negative feedback, like, thank you for that as well, because now, you know, thank you for the negative feedback, like, regardless, like, if it's constructive criticism or negative feedback, like, we learn from it. We know how to take it and make something more out of it. So thank you for that as well.
And we blocked y'all asses. So So y'all not gonna see nothing. You're not gonna see nothing. Okay, but I know, like, you know, to go to the next subject, like, we weren't always positive. Like, we weren't always confident. Like, we're a little confident now so we can deal with it, but, like, for example, Patrick, like, you weren't always a positive person. Like, how did you get to the point to where you are to be a confident person that you are today?
Like I said, it all came from like growing up. I switched schools a lot. I was always the new kid. You know, you always get that prejudgment of being the new kid. Like, people don't know you. Like, oh, I wonder what he's like, or they give you this title that you didn't like gain. So it's like, I don't know, that kind of, I got used to it. So I like just washed it off. It's just something that grew with me.
Did it affect you in any way? Did it hurt your feelings? How did it, like?
I guess starting early, I guess you could say that. But I don't know, I learned pretty quickly.
You got used to it.
Yeah, I got used to it.
You learned pretty quickly that you were pretty cute. You're like, wait, I'm kind of cute. No, I only say that because, like, me growing up, like, I definitely did get a lot of shade. I'll say, like, a lot of people, if they know me, a lot of people that I know, they'll know growing up that, you know, I was, you know what I mean, kind of talked about a lot. But I always brushed it off, and then I was like, oh wait, Courtney, you got this. Like, let's do this. You know what I mean? It was a confidence within myself that I would look in the mirror and say, like, hey, I think you're beautiful. Like, I don't need anyone else to tell me. So it was like, I learned that.
You brushed it off, but what are some of the things, like, people would say, just to name a few?
Oh, of course. Like, you know what I mean? Me being, like, as you can say, like, I'm a girl of a darker complexion.
Chocolate.
You know? Chocolate. Team chocolate. No, I'm definitely a girl of a darker complexion, you know? So growing up, like, little kids are evil. Like, I will let you know, kids are cruel. So it's like, kids would, you know, say, oh, you're so this, you're so dark, you're so black. But once I realized, it's like, oh, I'm chocolate. Like, and I wouldn't want to be any other way. Because I'm telling you right now, being chocolate has so worked for me. So worked for me.
Don't melt on me.
Don't melt on me.
No, definitely, I can totally relate to that on not being too chocolate. Like,
hey,
I mean,
team light skin.
Yeah, team light skin over here, team red bone, or whatever you want to call it. No, but honestly, growing up, I mean, like, I feel like I got discriminated against my own race. Like, either you looked at me and really I was just shy, and people were like, oh, she hella stuck up, and I'm like, really, I just don't know how to say hi to you. I don't know how to approach you. And I mean, even the black kids in school, like, not to throw out the race thing, but it was like I wasn't accepted in the black community because I wasn't black enough. So for me, I think it was literally finding my true friends and finding those real people who accepted me and accepted me as Ashley and was like, oh my God, like, you're really just goofy and silly, and oh my God, I didn't know that was you, you know. But the people who accepted me, I think those are kind of the people who steered me in the direction of confidence. Like, I think you have to take one day where you just look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, like, I'm fucking awesome.
Yes.
Like, and then once you believe it, then it's like everybody else believes it. If you exude that confidence, nobody has it. You can't do anything else but to believe it. Like, and look at it and be like, oh, she's confident, and he's confident, or he's confident. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have any other choice but to look at somebody who's already just, like, displaying confidence and be like, oh my God, they're confident.
They're
like,
so awesome. Yeah.
How old were you when you, like, finally got to the point where you started feeling confident and comfortable in the skin you are?
I think it was like, I was about 16 years old, and it was like the summer before senior year of high school, and it was like, you know, boys were like, freshman year was like, oh, you know, like, I had an older sister who was in high school, and they were like, oh, you Brittany's little sister? Like, you're her little sister? Like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, and then it was kind of like, oh my God, like, I am cute, you know what I mean? Like, you look in the mirror one day and you're just like, who cares what anybody else has to say? Like, and then my grandma would always tell me, like, it's when people aren't talking about you that you need to worry. And so I kind of took that to heart and was like, people are talking about me. Like, people think I'm cute.
It's like, it's neither light skin nor dark skin, you know, because there's both angles, but, like, just like, you find your beauty within yourself, like, point blank.
And that's hard to understand, because a lot of people would see somebody like you or see somebody like you and think, like, oh, you were cute when you were a freshman, this and that, so you are automatically confident or, you know, happy for yourself, and not even understand what you're internally going through. Exactly. Not understand that the shit that they say to you hurts your feelings. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, watch what you tell people, because most of us are bringing each other down. We're not uplifting each other, and not, like, no matter how you think a person might feel, you don't know what they're dealing with at home or how they think they look. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how old were you when you decided that, when you finally got comfortable with yourself?
I would say fully freshman year, sophomore year of high school would be the
Oh,
like
you
that
peaked
height.
early.
I think early, like,
Cute.
the thing, like, honestly, like, in all reality, probably I would say, like, I'm still getting there, but a lot of people are like, oh, Carlese, you this and this and that. Probably, like, 2 years ago is when I really decided, like, I feel like I'm the man I am. You know what I mean? Because, like, dealing with everybody used to call me, oh, you're hella skinny, you don't dress right, you don't do this, but I was always, like, a different person, you know what I mean? I wanted to be me, but people talk shit, so I wanted to try to fit in or do certain things, and fitting in wasn't working. So when I finally took ownership of who I was and finally understood, like, I have to deal with Carlese for the rest of my life, and this is the body I'm stuck in, to take that and own that, then from there, stuff's been going up, and that's when I'm just like, and then as me, I feel so comfortable, and I feel like, you know, everybody looking at me like, oh, Carlese is a good person, he's, you know, this and this and that, and you know what I mean? And a lot of it came from, you know, background. I was always trying to, like, please people. When you stop trying to please people
Please yourself.
and worry about yourself, then that's when, you know, a lot of stuff will be, you know, going on.
Always
I feel
yourself.
like, I feel
And
like
this
that
is-
helped me the most.
This
when
is
I
just
tried-
motivation, though. Like, you know, for everyone. Like, not just us. No, we're just not just saying about us. It's like motivation for everyone to, like, you have to look deep within yourself, regardless of what other people are saying. Like, you know, if you look in the mirror and you like what you see every day, like, it doesn't matter what
You're
other people
good.
say.
Yeah, you're definitely good.
Because you got to look at your whatever. If you ugly, you got to look at that ugly every day so you can fix it. Like,
No, and the thing about it is, like, it's like own it. I remember there's I don't know if it's just me being a girl. I mean, you can relate to it. There's so many things. Like, there's so many magazines and all this telling you to be this and to be that and be that. And I think it was like, I've always been a thick girl or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be itty bitty. I'm never gonna be, you know, like these girls in the magazines. But it's like once you can look in the mirror and be like, you know, I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, oh, I don't want to look like no little girl. Like, I'm a woman. Like, I want to look like a woman. This is what a woman looks like. But it's like, once you can look in the mirror, I mean, as girls, we look at, even guys, like, we look in the mirror and we're like, oh, I don't like that. I wish I didn't have this. I wish I had this. I wish I had this. But at the end of the day, you don't. So just accept what God gave you and just embrace it. I'll be like, I got little boobs, but I got a big booty. And I mean, like, embrace what you got. Like, if you got big hips, embrace those hips. If you got big chichis, embrace them. If you got a
big nose,
embrace it.
Somehow.
Get a nose ring. Enhance that thing. But I'm saying, though, like, we definitely want to, I mean, these are our stories. We definitely want to hear your stories. We're here to let you understand our stories, and maybe someone out there can relate to us and relate to our experiences, and we definitely want that feedback, and we want to know how you guys feel, and when you decided you were at your most confidence. We want to hear that.
And I got one more for those people like Patrick, for those people who are insecure and are trying to find their motivation, their confidence, like, what would you tell somebody to help them feel good and gain the confidence that you have over the years and how to deal with themselves? What would you tell them?
I would just say fitting in is overrated. Don't try to fit in.
I think fitting in is that's old. Like, don't fit in.
To the point.
Be yourself. Try to stand out. Be an individual. Like I said, embrace what you do have. Don't down on what you don't have.
Exactly.
Point blank.
Well put. Yeah,
No,
definitely.
I like that too.
Yeah.
No, it's because, like, I tried too long to try to fit my life into what other people wanted, and as soon as I was like, you know what, Courtney doesn't want that, like, then that's when everybody was like, oh, Courtney wants this, like, oh girl, like, that's kind of tight what you want, like, I mean, so it was like, and then when I stopped caring about other people, what other people wanted, and did what I wanted to do, it was like, that's when I found my greatest happiness, like, to where I'm at now in my life, you know, with my friends, with my life, like, with my job, like, with everything, you know.
Definitely. I mean, those of you out there who want to fit in and want to look like these models and these famous people on TV, they don't even look like that, y'all. Like, that's edited. I can
Have you
tell
seen
who
HD?
wants that
Anyways, like,
I can tell you firsthand that that's edited. I mean, like, but the thing about it, about having confidence is once you're confident with yourself and once you're comfortable in your own skin, people will love you for that. I feel like once I decided to just be Ashley and I'm just going to be Ashley, I feel like I've gained so much more friends and true friends and everything else, and I get so much honesty from other people when I decided that Ashley was just good enough being Ashley.
Exactly.
We love Ashley, so.
That makes,
I love you guys too.
that makes a lot of sense. Like in all reality, if you think of everybody who's made it, who's famous, they made it for being different. You know what I mean? People come up with different ideas. They step outside of the box, and that's made them famous. You know what I mean? Like, for example, not speaking for everybody, but for me personally, like I said, I was that skinny boy or whatever. So I'm just gonna tell you, do you make yourself happy? Whatever you do, you're gonna have people who like you and people who don't. You cannot please everybody. There's nothing that you can do to make everyone happy. Trust me, they can tell you I've tried it. I've been run over a couple of times trying to help, different kind of people. So just do you. Look in the mirror, say, this is what I got to work with, and this is what I got to rock. Continue to do it. Don't let nobody get you down. Not to be cliche, but I swear, you're going to make it. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about nobody. Don't worry about the haters. Because at the end of the day, we ain't worried about nothing at all.
Nothing.
And one other thing I want to tell you is, the people around you, your circle, if they don't exude positive energy to help you feel comfortable, get rid of them, because you are a reflection of your friends. Don't y'all think like we all think we the shit? Like we think, you know what I mean? Exactly. So at the end of the day, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be right back at you. Good. Yeah, I'm Carlese, the host.
I'm Courtney, the personality.
Patrick, the voice.
And I'm Ashley, the face.
To the point.
To the point.